Welcome, folks, to the show. I'm your host, Yvette LaBoy, and today we have nurse and accredited health coach, Sarah Dawkins. Hi, Sarah. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
So, Sarah, first, I want to thank you for taking time out of your day. I know that we're 6 hours apart. Sarah's actually in Spain, and she took time out of her day today to join us to pour some knowledge into us. Sarah also has an upcoming book as well that she's writing about healing. So Sarah, can you share with our viewers what field of work you're in?
I qualified as a registered nurse back in 2001 and worked in a hospital in critical care. But then I went into health coaching in 2016 because I thought I could help or serve people better doing the health coaching rather than the nursing. Because I'm going back to look at root cause analysis so I can help people to look at their healing journey from a different perspective.
Wonderful. So Sarah, what made you decide to go into that field? What made you decide to go from nursing to becoming a health coach?
Whilst I was nursing in the hospitals, I saw many people come through, and basically they were either coming in to be given drugs or to have bits of them taken away in surgery. And I listened to the doctors talking to the patients, and it was literally about how can I fix these patients' symptoms? And I'm thinking, well, actually, let's go back before that. Where did the symptoms come from? And that's why I went into health coaching, because in the hospital, in the medical model, it doesn't appear to look at root cause analysis. So, here's a symptom, here's a drug or a surgery for that symptom. We fix that symptom, it's gone away. I wanted to get beyond that and go, why have we got that symptom? And how can we heal what produced that symptom to bring about better, vibrant health rather than just cut a bit out or give a medicine to stop the symptom.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. And I totally agree with you on what you just said. From my own personal experiences, I totally agree with you 100%. And I think it's wonderful what you're doing, because we need more people like you in the world. So thank you, Sarah, for just going out there and just helping other people and creating what you're creating in the world today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Are there any specific therapies that you specialize in as a health coach?
I wouldn't say specific therapies. I have a little bit of knowledge about a lot of different things. So I'm not specialist in any one thing, but I think as everybody's an individual, it's a case of looking at why this person has got the symptoms or the health problem that they've got, and what can we do to undo that. And it's usually around lifestyle choices and thoughts and belief processes. So, I mean, I suppose you could say my specialist area is lifestyle choices and thoughts and beliefs, and unpicking those really to find out what's going on with people.
Okay. So what inspired you to write a book about healing?
It started out 10 years ago, my book. And it was just my journey from basically suicidal depression back to health. And I wrote my book, or I wrote a part of my book that I thought was my book at the time. And I thought, but it's not, I can just help a few people with my book, because it's just my journey back from illness to wellness without medications, because I did it all by myself. So I thought, not really sure what I'm going to do with my book. So I sat on it for 5 years, because I thought, it's just me. It's just about me. Why is it only me? And then it was a few years ago, I thought, actually, I can expand this and I can bring in lots of people's healing journeys to help lots more people in the world. And that's how it just snowballed, actually. I thought, because I had no preconceived ideas of this is what my book is, this is where it's going. It's like just open it up to the world and put it out on social media, and people came to me with all sorts of different health problems. And again, it's just gone wild, and I love it. There's so many people healing so many different diseases, illnesses, health conditions, but they're all doing it ever so slightly different. So there's, might have several people with one condition, but everybody's healed it slightly differently. So the readers can go, well, I've got depression, or I've got fibromyalgia, or I've got ALS, Lou Gehrig disease. How can I heal this? So they can read other people's healing journeys and think, well, maybe I could take this from this person's and this part from this person's and make it my own. But actually, if you read every single healer's journey in my book, everybody's done something. There's similarities, but there's differences, and it's about it's a whole thought belief process changing um, through my book. When people read it, they hopefully will take on board that actually to heal, I need to look at this area and this area and this area. So my book is really to help anybody and everybody who not necessarily wants to heal, but just wants to have a better health, better lifestyle, and just feel vibrant throughout the rest of their life and not sick. Because sometimes we don't actually feel sick until we've done some healing work. And then we think, oh, I feel so well. I didn't realize how sick I felt until I feel so well now. So
That
it's getting it out there to the people that actually we can all heal, and helping them understand that through the people who've written their journey in my book.
that is so true. And I'm glad that you mentioned that is so true, that a lot of people don't know that they needed healing until they were healed, and they realize, oh my God, I
Yeah,
didn't realize I was so sick until I actually healed. Because I know with me, that was one of the things that I realized as well, that wow, I was really, really ill. And once I was able to heal and I look back now, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't realize,
yeah,
and it's just amazing to be able to realize that. And it just makes you feel good that you're able to transform in that way.
yeah,
um and it makes you a believer, because a lot of people out there
absolutely.
unfortunately don't believe that you can heal.
No.
So in your professional opinion, Sarah, what is healing? Because there is a difference between healing and curing.
Yes, and I only realised that when I read Dr. Lissa Rankin's book, Mind Over Medicine, and she alluded to everybody can be healed, but not everybody can be cured. And basically, what she's saying is that we can heal our emotional and spiritual and physical bodies, but we can't always cure whatever's going on inside us. So it's like some of the people with cancer, they will heal their emotional body and come to a place where they accept what's going on, but they might not be able to cure their disease. So healing is more about a state of mind, more about being at peace with ourselves and at peace with the world around us. So we can heal that aspect, but we might not be able to cure the physical symptoms that are going on.
Okay. And with healing, do you agree or disagree with this statement? Once you found healing, are you able to heal more on a deeper level? And will that help you in a physical way?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because as we heal the emotional, mental, spiritual body, our physical body will respond to that and our symptoms will reduce. And a lot of, well, in fact, all the people who have written for me have healed their physical body, but to do so, they'll have done some have specifically done emotional, spiritual healing work and mental healing work, whereas I've just got a handful of people really that have just done physical work, or they've only written about the physical work. And I see it in people, specifically like a diagnosis of cancer. If they only look at healing the physical side of cancer, they might well heal their symptoms. They might do it naturally. They might have, bits cut out of them. But if they do it on a deeper level, emotional, spiritual, mental level, their chance of healing is so much greater. Because from what I've read and what I believe, cancer comes from nutritional deficits, environmental toxins, pollutions, and our thought processes coming from our subconscious brain, not specifically what we're thinking about, it's what's going on all the time in the back of our mind, our 95% subconscious brain. So if we can heal usually a trauma, and usually from childhood, if we can do some healing around that, we can heal the cancer or other diseases that have presented in our bodies.
Wonderful. That is so interesting, and I love the information that you're sharing. So, Sarah, why do you think some people are able to reverse their symptoms and others cannot? Some people are able to heal and others are not.
I think it comes down to our belief system, as I alluded to earlier. Um, if we can truly believe that we can heal and put ourselves into it 100%, we can heal ourselves. But it's not just about this front conscious brain that we need to think about. We need to look at this subconscious, this 95% brain. And what are our beliefs that formed when we were 7 and below? Because at that time, our subconscious brain was just taking everything in from everywhere, without judgment, without any guidance. All the information went in. So we need to do some real deep meditative work to tap into our subconscious and see, are we actually stopping ourselves from healing because of our thoughts and beliefs coming from unhealed traumas when we were little? And one of the meditations I do with clients, if they want to, is it's about a half an hour. And I tap into their subconscious and they go on a journey inside their body, and find that unhealed trauma. And then we have a conversation in their head with their subconscious, with the person involved in that trauma. And it's about forgiveness. As we forgive those that have hurt us, we can let go. It's not about forgetting, it's just about forgiving. Can we forgive that person themselves? And if not, if the hurt is so deep, can we forgive their soul so that we can let go of that trauma? And in letting go of that, it's a big step towards healing. So it's about the belief that we can heal, but the belief from a long time ago from our programming. Do we deserve to heal? Because a lot of us hold in our subconscious minds that we're not worthy. And if we feel unworthy in our subconscious, then that will manifest into our daily lives. So it's about feeling worthy, knowing that we're worthy. We are worthy of healing. We are worthy of vibrant health. We are worthy to move forward and live a full and fulfilling life.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. I know in my healing journey, I had to work on a deeper level, like you were saying. I did a lot. Not only did I do the physical work with the nutrition and exercise, but I also had to work on a deeper level, on a emotional and spiritual level to get down. I would say I had to dive into that deep, dark rabbit hole, so to
Yeah.
speak, to do that work to get the healing done because I felt a certain way because of past traumas. And it wasn't really until I worked on that deeper level that boom, like that. It was 100%. I was able to heal 100%, didn't come back. And, amen to that, that I was able to do that. And that's something that I feel is very important. And I'm glad that you touched upon that today.
Yeah.
I feel it's very important for people to realize and to learn. So that is a great golden nugget that you dropped there. So folks, I hope that you're taking notes on what Sarah is talking because she's dropping some amazing knowledge, a lot of wisdom and some great golden nuggets. So if you're not taking if you're not taking notes, what I would say is watch the show again and start taking those notes because she's giving some really wonderful information that's very helpful. So thank you again, Sarah. In your professional opinion, do you think, well, you just answered that questions that past traumas can contribute to certain illnesses? And I'm talking more about autoimmune diseases because that's something that I suffered from in the past.
Yeah. Yeah, very much so. I had a underactive thyroid. And from what I've read and what I've seen, the thyroid, anything to do with the thyroid is the throat chakra, and it's about not speaking your truth. So yes, there's physical, environmental things that play into it, the environmental toxins, the toxins in our food, in our products. But actually, if we're not speaking and saying what we need to say, it will affect our thyroid. So there's no reason to believe that we couldn't damage any other organ or part of our body with the autoimmune disease, with different parts of our lives by not doing things and being our true authentic self. We have to be our true authentic self. And if um, we're not attracting towards us things that align with us, if that makes sense, in
Yeah,
the metaphysical kind
and
of a way.
that makes sense. Um, when you're saying speak your authentic truth, and I love the way you word that, are you also pertaining to the way we speak to ourselves as well?
Oh, well, absolutely, absolutely, because we are our worst critics, and more so to ourselves. And when I was going through the depression and suicidal thoughts, I had this negativity on my shoulder that was talking to me all the time. You're so not worthy. No, nobody likes you, and you're this and you're that, and it was so negative. And it just wasn't being me. I was trying to be somebody that I wasn't. I was trying to please other people by being somebody different for a variety of different people. And I realized that actually I need to be me. And me is a very natural, very simple kind of a hippie girl. And actually, since I've gone back to who I feel that I feel so much better.
That's wonderful. Sarah, what would you share with other people, our viewers, who want to heal and want to be their authentic self, but are having a hard time tapping into that? Is there something that you can share or recommend?
Think about when you were younger, because when I was, I don't know, 14, 18, 20, I was a hippie at that time. So what were you like when you were younger? What things did you like? Do you still like them now, or have you let go of them? And if you've let go of them, why? What was the reason you let go of them? Because I let go of being a hippie because I felt the need to be a business person, a registered nurse, somebody of standing with status, and I felt a real disparity between the two, and plus there was other people saying things as well. So I changed and became a registered nurse, and then I set up my own business as an entrepreneur, and I won awards as an entrepreneur. But it wasn't really me. So, it's about, who are you? What have you let go of? What do you enjoy? Where is your passion? And if you need to just sit and ask yourself that, your body knows. So tap into it. Just ask, who am I? Where am I? What am I doing?
That is so powerful, Sarah. Sarah, you have dropped so much wonderful golden nuggets, so much knowledge. I love what you're sharing. I'm loving your energy. I'm feeling it in the core of my soul, your energy and what you're giving out. One question I've been wanting to ask you is there an art to healing?
I believe there is. I think we need to look at the body and everything as a whole. And I think this is where the doctors miss out, because they separate and they do their medical training, then they specialize. So you've got heart doctors, lung doctors, vein doctors, brain doctors. But the body is a whole. So we need to tap into that, and we need to look at healing, not just the physical, which is what doctors tend to look at, but the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual. So yes, there is an art to healing, and we need to take on board all of our bodies, the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual. And if we heal the emotional, the spiritual, and the mental, the physical tends to heal on its own, because we've done the healing of our other three bodies. So yes, I think it's quite an art in healing. We can't just say, well, I'm going to eat this, or I'm not going to eat this, I'm going to be healed. There's a lot more work. There's a lot of inner work to be done in healing.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. I feel that's very important for people to understand, because I've had people reach out to me and ask me that and say, well, how do you heal? What do you mean that you healed from lupus? How did you do that? My doctor says there is no cure.
Yeah.
So thank you for dropping that, another golden nugget about that. So Sarah, tell me, who is Sarah Dawkins?
Oof, who is Sarah Dawkins? She's a 56-year-old registered
Oh,
nurse.
you look
Yeah,
fabulous.
thank you. A registered nurse and an accredited health coach. But who am I? Because, I spent a long time defining myself as what I do. I am what I do. And it was only a few years ago that I realized that actually I am not what I do. I do what I do because I love what I do.
Yes.
But in my heart, my core, I am just a real down to earth girl. I am now a healed person, and I have lots of energy, and I live a healthy and vibrant life. I make healthy choices. I put myself out there to help others. I'm writing a book. But I am this confident person who now understands why I got ill, and I see why other people are getting ill. Whereas in my past, I was quite, I'm embarrassed to say, but almost narcissistic, because it was like, I'm a victim. This has happened to me. I'm a victim. You need to know I'm a victim. I'm at the end of all of these bad things that have happened. And that's why I became suicidal when I was so depressed, because I was in that victim mode, and had no confidence at all. So I've come from there doing a lot of inner work, a lot of healing, and a lot of reading as well around different types of healing, different ways of healing. And I am not the person that I was even 2 years ago. And my depression, suicidal depression, was back in 2012, so 8 years ago. So in 8 years, I am a radically different person. My thoughts, my beliefs, my lifestyle is so different. So I've come a long way to be somebody that's more simple lifestyle kind of a, it's almost like I've gone full circle, from professional business owner, depression, suicidal, who the hell am I, to healing, to becoming, this is just me, this is who I am. And when you are who you are meant to be, and you speak your truth, you don't have to worry about impressing people or putting on a mask, as we say, a different face. This person expects me to be like this person expects me to be like this. I'm just going to be, this is me. You either like me or you don't like me, but I'm no longer going to vie for your attention and affection. Whereas in the past, when it was trauma related, I'm like, oh, I need to be liked, I need to be liked. Now well, I am me, I am confident in who I am. If you don't like me, quite often it's because I trigger in you something that you haven't healed. And when you see me, I trigger that in you, and that's why you don't like me. And I learned that on my healing journey, that my triggers, I'm not a lover of that word, but my triggers were my best messengers, to find where I needed to heal. So Sarah Dawkins is just a simple, everyday lady with a lot more confidence and a lot more health than she used to have 8 years ago.
I love it. I love what you just shared. It's such a powerful message for so many people out there. So thank you. Thank you for being so authentic and sharing that, and just, just being vulnerable and transparent and just letting it all out there, because I feel that's important. I think today, in today's world, people are about wearing the mask and, oh no, I can't
Yeah,
show my true self. I can't show my true feelings. And I feel that when they do that, they're doing a disservice to themselves and to the world.
absolutely. Yes. And why are we, because I've been there and worn those masks for different people. Why are we doing that? And it's a trauma response, because we want to be liked, we want to fit in. But actually, if we go back and be our true authentic self, those that love us will stay in our lives, and those that don't weren't really meant to be in our lives, because we can't live our life trying to please other people for the rest of our life. We are entitled to our own life, to enjoy our lives. So just be who you are.
Wonderful. Great message. Sarah and I were having a conversation during the break about the filters and being our true authentic self. And I was sharing a story with her about a friend that I have that feels bad about going on social media because she feels she's not perfect enough, because there's so much people out there that are being inauthentic, and it makes people who are authentic feel bad. How could what do you feel about that, Sarah? Like, what can you share with our viewers on this topic?
Well, I feel the same as you do, that a lot of people, because of the pandemic and the virus at the minute, a lot of people have gone online. And on social media, I think people are taking the time to look perfect, or as near as perfect as they can, and use filters on the social media platforms to enhance the looks or Photoshop the looks. So when we see those pictures and we think, oh God, this person's perfect, look how slim they are, they've not got any cellulite, there's no dimples. is it really their true authentic self that they're showing, or is it a